That didn't take long.
That's all good. So yesterday I tilled over this bed and I've taken the worst of the weed out from around the edge. So I'm just about to give it a rake and then plant the maize, the corn on the cob. So I had 47 plants and I've planted them in this bed. It's filled up about half of it, just under, about 14 inches apart, and in a grid formation. So there's 8 rows of 6 and 1 row of 5, and yeah, I'm just going to give them a water and see how they get on. So all coming on, we've got our beans, French beans or fine beans, Spanish beans, otherwise known as broad beans, courgettes, peas on the other side there, a couple of tomatoes, then the newly put in corn, and then over there we have got our early potatoes, late potatoes just coming through, strawberries which we're busily eating as quickly as we can, our asparagus bed which is now finished but it's still there. So it's all coming on.
Cucumbers are all in. Corn's been well watered by the storms that have gone through. Potatoes are coming on. These have only been in the ground a week, 10 days. They're coming up fast. And the courgette plants are looking very healthy indeed.
I'm back at the barn where we took the timbers from. I'm just going to have a look and see if any of these planks here would be any good, if they're man enough to make the planks for the bridge. So have a little dig around and see what we'll find. So I've got a selection of planks. We're going to take them up and see if I'll do the job. There we go. It's not much, but it's a bridge. And it's strong. So really this is an access route. So there's the glamping field, the path down here, you can get to the glamping field. So now you can come over the bridge, trip trap, and that way, that path leads you to the pond and the seating area by the pond. So I put a stile here down at the bottom of the field so people have got access to walk up the path to where the bridge is.
Going out to the west entrance, and down there's the pond. This is a covered walkway, it was an old drive, and there's the potager. So what we're doing is we're clearing these walkways, so the old drives into the old chateau. We've been told they had tree-lined walks for the ladies as well. These, I think, are ditched both sides, so they are the old drives. And what we're doing is we're just looking for dead trees. So Mark's going to come and do some tree work. So for instance, there's a dead tree there. I've been pulling out any dead wood at the bottom. So collecting up all the little branches and sticks and twigs, things that people might trip over on. This now comes into an intersection with another one. You can see where I've been working yesterday, collecting all the wood out of the hedgerow. So some of this is really old. So these are old oak fence posts. So that track now goes down to the pond. And this one goes to the glamping field. This is the entrance to the orchard. So this is the section I've been working on at the moment. And what I found yesterday was wire and barbed wire of varying ages. So some of this is really, really old. Some of it is relatively new. So this is the very old style that I found on the other side of the grounds coming up the drive. So I'm going to cut it all back here and get as much out as I possibly can. I think it comes as far as here. There's another fence post through there, and again there's wire I can see. So I'm going to go as far as Mark's new little bridge. So here's one that's straight through the tree. It's a big tree. I'll just show you the size of my hand against it. And there, goodness knows how many years it's taken for that to happen, but I do see it a lot. This section again comes through the actual tree. The previous section was under the soil. Oh, and there's another strand down here I can see. So if I cut that and pull from both ends, then I will, as I find it goes through the soil, and I'll get more of it out than anticipated. It looks like it goes a fair way, so I'll get as much of that. Oh, there's a third one. So there's 3 lines here. So here we are. All sorts of ages of barbed wire. I could start a museum. And there's a place in my barn where I put it all. One day it will reach the déchetterie, but for now it's going to the barn.
So I'm building a little enclosure to go around the back of the cabin, just to hide all the pipe work and just keep people from coming around and standing on the pipes or whatever. So I've put in some uprights, just some little posts, and secured it at this end with a couple of battens, and then I put a triangle in to give it some rigidity. So I just need to put another one in down the bottom here, and then we're going to put some bamboo screening around it. And then I need to build a gate and do something this end. So I'll put support across, there's a magic thing, I'll put a sort of support across here, and then I'll build a gate into that gap. That should do us a treat then, just keep people away. There you go, that's the framework built, gate built. We just need the we're going to put gravel down in the back here to keep that tidy, and then we just need the bamboo screening to put onto it. What I might do is I might put a support between here and here, just to give that a bit of extra support. Other than that, job done.